Now then, I'm Simon Whitehead and I've just had a nice relaxing walk in the countryside here in the lovely county of Suffolk with my two dogs, Tony and Bella. Some of you will know these two dogs from me films and me books and me shows around the country. Bella, a little Bedlington Cross Collie Whippet, and God knows what else is in there. She's a little stubborn little troublemaker. If anybody's going to get me into trouble, it's Bella. She's now over 8. She's had a bad Achilles injury, so I've now retired her. And Tony, the numbskull of a speedster, well, you've seen her on YouTube, and she's not bad, not perfect, but she's not bad, and she's now coming up to 5, so she has a time out walking around the fields, and it gives me time to chill out and try and put some thoughts together. But what I would like to do was just put something back into whatever platform of media I'm using, because I remember what it was like growing up, and we only had limited magazines and we had to travel to speak to people, whereas now we've got social media platforms and YouTube and magazines and so on, and it's a lot easier to get information. It's also a lot easier to ask questions. And over the next year, every month, I'm going to put out a newsletter which will contain reviews on gear. Could be rifles, could be clothing, could be any type of equipment that I've been asked as an ambassador or as a tester to test out and give a full, frank and honest review. I'll be answering questions. Now, people ask me questions all the while, and even though I may think it's a very simple question, to people asking the question, it's not. So I'm going to be doing these little videos just to answer some questions. And I'm also going to be saying what's going on. We've got some special offers. And the end of May 2019, I will be making a random draw for a Ridgeline Torrent 3 jacket. And I think over the coming months, we've got some game fair tickets and some other bibs and bobs and discounts off other gear. So it's worth subscribing, because you never know what's going to pop up or who I'm going to be popping up with. And I could be covering days out in the field, I could be going around shows, I could just be chilling out with my loved ones and friends and their animals. So I'm hoping to get it together, so when you get it in your email box, in your inbox, you'll think, this is exciting. What's Whitehead up to nowadays? Because we're up to loads of things. I've been around the country, and I actually got a passport, which is amazing really, and I managed to get on a plane, and we went to Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland and did some talks on rabbits and their history. Been to Scotland and all around the UK, and people have actually seen me wearing a shuffle gilet. Who would have thought that one, eh? Whitehead wearing a shuffle. So you just don't know what's going to happen. It's going to take me out my comfort zone a little bit, like I have been doing with the Living Heritage shows, where one of the organisers, Mark, he asked me to do a rabbit cooking demonstration. And those that know me know I couldn't cook an egg, but I know how to do a rabbit. So that was very nice, and we prepared and cooked rabbit, and it went down a storm. So it just goes to prove you don't have to be a game hero to actually learn how to prepare and cook a rabbit, which is very good, because it's a follow-on from a book I did last year, Ahead of the Game, and that is the whole idea of what I'm trying to do. You will get a heads up on whatever's happening weeks, if not months, before anybody else does. And that to me is going to be priceless, because when I speak to people and ring people and email people, they're always asking what's going on, and they're looking at the social media, but the social media, it's not real life, you know, and this is what I'm going to try and get across. It's not real life. So what I'm going to try and do is show my life, and however it's involved around rabbiting or filming or photography or friends, I'm going to show it. So it's going to be warts and all. So if there's bad things to show, we'll be showing bad things. I've got the ferrets being bred. I've got the dogs. I might have to look for a pup. Who knows what's going to happen? But there's one thing I can guarantee. You will hear about it weeks, if not months, before anybody else. So I hope you've enjoyed the first one, and we'll see if we can get on the second one even better. And if you think there's little ways you might think they could be improved, just email me or ring me up or come and talk to me at shows, because this is what I want to do. I want to grow this, and this is a learning process for me, because this isn't my world. My world is rabbits, but what I want to try and do is bring my world to the wider world. So with your help, I'm sure we can do it. So thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed this short film.